Hey guys, what's going on? Beast here. So this is something different today. This is a race on F1 2017. So this was a race that I did, it's like two races kind of, but I did these just tonight, like an hour ago. And yeah, this is my first time playing the game. I've never played any of the F1 games before, and this F1 2017 is on sale. And one of my friends was saying he was going to get it. He's been a big F1 fan. And so I decided I was going to try it. So there's actually a free trial you can download, and that's what I did. So, yeah, man, you can hear my shifting is all over the place here at the beginning, huh? That is just horrendous shifting. So I couldn't quite figure out how to do any of the real stuff. So I don't know. It's weird. It's what he told me as like a preparation was, all the stuff is way more in depth. Like if you're talking like, tuning and like tire pressures and all the different like settings of the car, differentials and gear settings and all that kind of stuff is all very much more in depth. And there's also qualifying and practice, and so that's what this is. So this is practice 1, and then the second race is actually practice 2. And so yeah, so that's what I was doing. It's not as much of a sim as some other stuff. Man, that was terrible, huh? It's not as much of a sim as some of the other racers that are out there. So especially like Forza that I've been racing. Not that Forza is a sim racer, but the fact that this is a little more arcadey than that. It still takes some skill to drive the car and stuff, but I was kind of figuring it out. The one thing that was getting me was like something on Forza. They have a steering setup called sim steering, which basically does not allow the. So like in a regular steering setup, now watch how long it takes me to turn around. Watch how long. That is forever, huh? So right there I realized that I wanted to do the different camera. So I'm doing the far chase cam. But one of the things that I don't like is it makes the car look really short and squatty. So I raced this for a little bit, and then I ended up switching it back to the other camera. Not the cockpit cam, but the close chase cam. Because this thing is just a little bit too much. It's just a little bit too far. It looks real weird, in my opinion, kind of throwing me off. So, yeah, the car was... the sim steering, basically, under normal steering, what happens is if you turn right and hold it, if you release that, then the wheels will actually recenter back to the middle, back to straight. So if you turn on sim steering, it does not do that. So if you turn on the sim steering, when you turn right and you release, then the wheel stays right. And so what that causes is this phenomena where if you're driving, if you, like in the Lotus, oh man, well, it used to be in the Lotus because that's what I drove it in, but the Renault Formula 1, for example, if you like oversteered a little bit and you tried to correct it and you steered back left and then you oversteered again and you went back right, if you go right and left twice, then the car basically, the steering will go and the car will just slide sideways and not like, oh, I'm sliding a little bit. It'll literally completely go sideways, perpendicular to the track, and it'll stop you. And sometimes you'd even roll over. So that's kind of what this reminds me of, because there were a few times where I come out of a corner and I get back on the gas and I'm like trying to correct the car, like steer left, steer right, and it's just not really working. It's not really giving me the ability to do that. So that was kind of interesting. But other than that, it's actually pretty fun. It's just the feel is so weird to me. Like I don't know if I can get used to the feel of it, because it's pretty arcadey in a way. Again, not really arcadey, but just compared to what I'm used to with Forza and all that stuff, this is a little more arcadey than that. So yeah, I end up damaging the car, which makes me have to go in and end the pit session, and then the second time I go out, I end up damaging the car again, but that one was much worse in the second race. So I like the rain light. I like that the exhaust distorts the view. Like if you look at the exhaust in the center, you can see it's all distorted. And also right there, that was the first time I opened up my DRS, which is the spoiler opens up to give you less drag down the straight. And see, it was available there again too, and I didn't realize it. I didn't know how often it was available, but yeah. So you basically open it up, you get less drag, and I don't know what DRS stands for. Probably like drag reduction system or something. I don't know, but it opens up your spoiler, gives you a ton less drag, and you end up getting to go a bunch faster. But of course, you know, you can't do that through a corner, you'd go off. And I think it auto closes when you get on braking, so I don't have to close it myself, which is cool. But man, that turn was really getting me. I was messing up that turn left and right. So yeah, I mean, it's just really interesting. It was a nice change to play this. I was playing a little bit of Call of Duty earlier, and I literally was about ready to break my controller. I was on the verge of just throwing it across the room. I was so upset. So I decided I'd play this, and yeah, I mean, it was fun. I might play it again, kind of depends, but there's a whole more to it than just the racing. There's like a career where you sign a contract with a team, and you can actually have a part in what, R&D goes into your car. Excuse me, like, whether you want them to research on the drivetrain or the aerodynamics or the durability. If you can kind of make them focus on all that stuff and do research and then make the car better or worse, or, well, I mean, I don't know why you'd want to make it worse, but yeah. And then you have to you have to use your laptop for stuff. You can use the skill points, so it's like a much more involved form. And I mean, obviously it's just F1 stuff. I haven't really dove into that quite deeply yet. I mean, I've done enough of the stuff to know that you meet a guy who's, you meet your head engineer, and you get some news from the factory. See, like right there, you see how the car went like left, right, and then boom, slammed into the wall. It's ridiculous. So I think the guy actually comes over the pit, or comes over the radio and tells me here in a second. I don't know if we're here yet, but he does come over the radio and tells me that I have damage. Oh, see, I'm not even there yet. So, but yeah, anyway, really cool. There's lots of, like, you can talk to your pit crew, you can schedule a pit, you can pick your tire compounds, you can pick your, your brand of tire. And there's just lots of customization options. There's all sorts of crazy stuff that I remapped a couple of the buttons just so I could get something where it was familiar to where I know it. But other than that, I didn't really mess with too much else. And obviously there's, like, when you first start, there's a couple buttons that are double mapped, which I didn't understand, so I double mapped some of the buttons that I won't use, like some of the advanced telemetry type stuff, just so I could get in here and get some races going. And here you actually see me come into the pit. And I thought there was a limit there, but then the car sort of auto takes over. So yeah, so I mean, it's cool. You get to go into the pit, you can see me come into the pit here, and I'll check some of the stuff. I'll kind of go through that when I go in here. And I thought they were going to, like, change my tires and stuff and fix some stuff, but I ended up just rolling me back into the pits. So here we go. Here he comes right here. It's just like, alright, and yep. Alright, let's go back. Honestly, kind of reminds me of Project Cars, the way it's kind of set up, like it's really, the music is cool. It's kind of like a techno-type theme music, and then you can hear the guys talking in the background. And all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, so here I end up pulling up the menu, I think, and I kind of figure out where I can go, and you can actually accelerate the process. It told me down in the corner, it's like that, like repair time 1 minute. It's just like, all right. So I think, yeah, I looked around slightly, so you can look. You can't really like free look, but you can look to one of the sides, or right or left if you want. And then I'm gonna bring up the session info there. So look, you get track acclimatization, you get tire management, fuel saving, qualifying pace, race strategy. You can go through all these and adjust different type of stuff. It shows you the weather, it shows you the best lap. Like if you look there, I'm way back. Oh, well, it's like a second and a half back, but in the second qualifying, I was way, I guess, 1:18.49 back. But yeah, I mean, as I went to the and I'm going to accelerate this thing here in 1 second. If you hold down the right trigger, it accelerates, which I didn't realize. I saw it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll do that. So here you go. Yeah, see, there you go. And again, that like techno kind of theme music just kind of reminds me of Project Cars. I mean, haven't played Project Cars for a while, and I believe this game was around long before Project Cars, but just something about it was just, I mean, it's distinctly European in a way. In the United States, Formula One is not very big at all, so most people don't really know anything about Formula One, and I would imagine, games like this probably don't sell as well here as they would elsewhere in the world, since everybody loves Formula One elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Again, look, you can see. So this time I do the closer cam, and you can actually see the distortion from the exhaust, and Yeah, so this right here, I got confused the first race, but this is like an auto. It does an automatic for you until you get out of the pit lane, and then you take over here. So, yeah, I did much better this second time. So yeah, it's pretty fun. I like how the things stand up. Excuse me. I love how the little like turning lines stand up when you're supposed to slow down a little bit. I love that. See that right there? I had to do it again. So I turned the car left, and then I had to autocorrect to the right, and then it like made the car all wonky, and I had to lift off, and it caused me to be really cautious coming through these corners for a while because I was just really having trouble with it. And I wasn't quite sure, because like I'm used to being able to correct the car a certain way, and it wasn't really allowing me to correct the car. So that's like one of the first times I actually got that turn. So, obviously just practice makes perfect. So, yeah, this game did come out. I don't remember when it came out, but I'm pretty sure it's already out. Well, it is already out. And it's on sale right now on the Xbox store. For I think it's 35 bucks, something like that. So I'm not really sure if I'll get it. I'll kind of play this trial for a little bit longer and see how it goes. I've really been liking Forza recently and really been experimenting with the different cars and stuff like that. But this thing was really fun. This is really fun to race. So I think I'm going to leave it there so you guys can enjoy the rest of the race. There is a pretty gnarly crash at some point you'll get to see me do, which is just a real bad crash. So yeah, if you guys like my stuff, if you like my content, make sure you subscribe. Check back all the previous videos on my channel. There's plenty of other videos I've uploaded recently. Forza related, and then of course there's Call of Duty videos too if you're into that sort of thing. Yeah, check back soon for another video. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for all the support. You guys are awesome. See you later.